They don't want you to know this. Keat, they beg me not to share it because once you understand how female psychology really works, you can't be manipulated. Keat, you can't be strung along. You can't be played. This isn't the soft, polite advice you've heard before. Thesis. The raw truth about what women actually crave. The stuff they'll never admit out loud. And once you know it, you'll start seeing the game for what it truly is. And you'll never unsee it. 1, they want your attention, but they crave your absence even more. Every man thinks women want endless attention and, wouldn't they? That's what we're taught. Make her feel special available. Give her everything she needs. Buther's the truth. Women will never tell you. They don't just want your attention. Fave your absence. Sounds insane, right? But it's pure when you're always there. Texting constantly, answering every call available at her every whim. You're safe, predictable, comfortable. And as much as women claim they want that, deep down it doesn't excite them. Why? Because desire thrives in space. But when you step back, when you create just an hour distance for her to miss you, for her too, wonder what you are doing for her to feel that little knot in her stomach when you're not around. That's when you become addictive. It's not about buttering her, it's about not giving her 24/7 of a second accesto. It's about being a man with a life, a purpose, a mission that doesn't revolve around her. This is the too nice guy never wins. He thinks showering her with constant tatting will make her feel secure. But security without mystery is boredom. She may appreciate him, but she doesn't crave him. Here's Thekaker. Even the most independent, self-assured woman still needs to feel the thrill of wanting. She still needs to feel that spark of uncertainty. Not about your commitment, but about your focus. She needs to know she doesn't fully own you. That's why she gets hooked on the mono disappears into his own world. The man who can spend hours working on himself, his goals, his craft, and his end glued to his phone, waiting for her. This drives her crazy. She'll never admit it, but when you're constantly available, you're on her mind more. She checks her phone, sure plays your last interaction. Chef starts craving your presence because it's no longer guaranteed. Women don't you to vanish, but they want to feel like they don't fully control you. They want to know that even though you care about them, you care about yourself, Maureen, that's when your presence becomes intoxicating. Real quick before we go deeper, I've got something for you. It's called the Attraction Handbook. Inside, I reveal the exact psychological triggers that make a woman crave you using just a few simple moves. It's free for now. Grab it in the description or the pinned comment before it's gone. 2. Her tests aren't about annoying you. About finding out where you really are. Men hate when women test them. Why is she acting cold? Why is she being difficult? Why can't she used to appreciate me for who I am? Bothers the harsh truth. Her tests aren't about annoying you. They're about finding out who you really are. When a woman pushes your buttons, she's not doing it to be cruel. She's doing a peel back the mask to see if the man you claim to be is the man you actually are. Women live in a world where men put in performances. They act confident, stable, grounded until pressure hits. Anthon the mask slips, so she tests Sua. She takes longer to reply. She makes a sarcastic comment. She flirts with boundaries and she watches not what you say but how you react. Do you spiral? You get needy? Do you lash out? Or do you stay grounded, calm, and unshaken? Most men fail. They either explode in anger or bend over backward towing her approval back. Both reactions tell her the same thing. You're not in control of yourself. She is. But the mono passes. He doesn't take it personally. Doesn't overreact. Sees the test for what it is. An opportunity to show that his emotions aren't dictated by her behavior. That That's when she feels something full. Respect. She realizes she manipulates who? She can't shake. KO, you are who you say you are, with or without her validation. This is why so many women are drawn to men who seem unbothered. It's not that they don't care. It's that they refuse to let tests spoil them out off their frame and her. Rest secret. Women don't want you tuck no when upas her tests. Yep, the rare man she can trust. Not because you told her strong, but because you proved it without saying a word. 3. She'll never tell you this. But she wants a manwo. Can say no, Torah. Every man thinks women want someone you will give them's world to everything, she asks. Agree? With over everything she says. Never rock their boat. But here's the reality. Women admit they want a man who can tell them no. Not out of spite, not out of spite, not out of stimens, but because a man who can say no is a man with boundaries. This is deeper than just turning down a request. It's about showing her that your life doesn't orbit around her moods, her whims, or her approval. When you can send her to plan C, don't agree with. Tab of you, 1 tolerat. Tony, I think that viola teaser standards, you send a clear message. I lead myself. And if you're with me, you're part of my world. Noth other way around. It's powerful, that's rare. And that's attractive a case women test boundaries constantly not. Because they want to destroy them, but because they want to see if they exist, they want to feel thieves of your soul. They want to know that if chaos comes, you won't crumble under pressure. The men who can't see know they end up resented. She might appreciate their compliance for a moment, but deep down, she loses them because if you can't stand up to her, how could you stand up for her? But the man who says no, calmly, firmly, without malice, flips a switch inside her. She sees strength. She feels safety. She knows this is a man who can't be bought with affection or controlled with emotions. And though she never admitted it out loud, that is man she can't stop thinking about. For her, attraction is emotional before it's physical is the biggestly you've been sold. Women only want men will look a certain way or have a certain status. But the truth here, attraction to you is emotional before it's physical. Yes, looks and status can happen doors, but they don't make her stay. They don't make her think of Butu at night. They didn't make her crave your presence when you're gone. What does the way you mark her feel? Most men never figure this out. They think attraction is about forming, flexing muscles, flashing on, bragging about achievements. But women don't obsess over the man why impresses them. They obsess over the man who moves them. When she thinks of Boo in bed at night, it's not because Sue showed her your resume. It's because Sue made her feel alive, seen, safe, excited, desired. That's why emotional connection matters more than men. When you're grounded and calm, you make her feel safe in a world that's anything but. When you're playful and teasing, you make her laugh and melt at the same time. When you stay on both arrow during her storms, you make her feeling cordivan in her chaos. That's what create emotional addiction. Think about men she can't forget. They wear on tall ways the most attractive. They wear in tall ways the richest. Buffy left her with feelings she couldn't shake. Excitement, passion, intensity, and here's the secret. Emotional attraction bypasses logic. That's why she might leave the perfect guy for Theon, who makes her heart race. That's why she stay hooked on a man who gives her an emotional roller coaster, while ignoring one who treats her like a queen but feels bland. This doesn't mean you should be manipulative. It means you need to lead with presence, not purse yoke. Know who you are. When you stay center, when you create tension and relief, like you, conductor with an orchestra, she feels that it's HH and she can't stop coming back for more. That's why women don't want men talking. Know this truth. If you can master her emotions, you'll own her thoughts, and you live in her head. No amount of flux or status can compete. 5. She wants the thrill of the chase even after she has you. Every man thinks chase ends when she says yes. Foo-fetch when most relationships die. Here's the truth. Women won't tell you. She wants the thrill of the chase, even after Shay has you. When she first meets you, then certainty drives her wild. Will. He texts me. Does he like me? What does this mean? That tension makes her feel alive, but most men ruin it. They win. Her. Then stop playing the game. They'll invest. They get comfortable. They make themselves too available. And slowly she loses that spark. It's not Boas. She's ungrateful. It's because eats tension that made you exciting, Hasbet. The man who keeps purchasing. Henos, the dance doesn't end. He doesn't become predictable. He keeps his life full and his purpose bigger than her. He gives her attention, but not all that time. He stays mysterious, surprising her when she least expects it. He keeps shailing her, teasing her, flirting with her like he did at start. That is secret. The thrill she felt at the beginning wasn't about winning you. It was about earning you. Doubt a boot feeling, like she had to rise tough level off, a man who wasn't going to just hand himself over. And if you stop making her earn you stop being them on shuffle for. This is why so many women leave good guys for men who seem unattainable. It's not because they like being mistreated. It's because they crave the emotional high of chasing Hoken be fully tamed. But when you combine commitment with thorough of theos, when you give her the security off knowing your hers while keeping fadage off and predictability, you become a addiction she can't quit. Now y'all know why women didn't want this video there. Because this isn't the polite cigar-coated advice usually hear. This isn't comfortable. This is thestef. They wish you'd never figure out. But now y'all know she craves your absence as much as SEO's presence. Her tests are her way off searching for. They're all you. She needs amen who can tell her no. Her heart responds to emotion bear logic. And the chase. It never ends. If you've seen these truths play out in your own life, drop a comment below. I see it now. If you want more unfiltered psychology that women didn't want you to know,